All right, y'all, it is Dumar's birthday. I've never made a cake before, but apparently COVID-19 got me in whole Betty Crocker mode. So I made a cake for Dumar's birthday. They turned out to be mini lemon pound cakes. They were really, really good, but this is my story on how I got here. First things first, I had to call in my team of friends. All 6 of us, we got on FaceTime and we talked this thing out. You know, I have one friend, she's a true baker, and she made sure that I did everything right except for when I didn't do things right. So the first mistake that I made, I blended all of the eggs together when later on in the process I realized, oh, you're supposed to put it in one by one. All right. So if you want to see any more mistakes that I made in making my first cake during COVID-19, continue watching. All right, guys, so here's the moment in which I made my second mistake. So the directions said to cream the cream cheese and the butter, and in my head I thought that it was to like melt it and mix it together, but it actually means to put it in the blender and to mix it together until it creams together, guys. Like, first mistake, but it worked out. I kind of caught myself. Okay, now I'm pouring my first cup of sugar, and as you see, I corrected myself. So I actually moved the pot to a different eye and I turned the heat off so that I wouldn't continue melting it, and I started blending. And yeah, so as you see, there goes those eggs. Did not know I was supposed to pour them in one by one, but guess what? It all worked out in the end. That's all that matters. So by this time, I finally got it together. I had to multitask. I had the directions on one screen, then my FaceTime on another screen, and then my friend Anne-Marie was like, no, you're supposed to do it like that. So the next couple of steps, I think I did pretty good. You know, I was like really, really secure of myself. Okay, here's the fun part. So you needed 3 tablespoons of lemon juice. So I actually only had 2 tablespoons left of lemon juice, but I had to buy a lemon anyway to zest the lemon. Y'all, I had never heard of zesting in my life. It was so crazy. So I had to go buy, I guess, what are those, a grinder, a shredder, or whatever you call those things, and basically zest a lemon. So scrape off the peelings of the lemon. So I'm zesting, and my friend is like, hey, what are you doing? I'm like, I'm zesting. She's like, what is that? I said, I don't know, like zesting. Like, she was like, how do you do that? I said, you zest. So yeah, so basically zesting is like scraping off I guess the peelings and adding it in there. But hey, I learned how to zest today, y'all. Look at me doing something else right, y'all. I got the correct measurements of the pure vanilla. I got the 2 teaspoons and I added it correctly, y'all. Right now, everything is going up from here. Oh yeah, quick note. So in the process of actually making this cake, I was like, hey, what type of mixers and tools do I need? And so my friend was like, I have a KitchenAid. I was like, I bet I'm gonna go buy me a KitchenAid today. And she's like, nah, sis, you not there yet. And I like low-key felt offended until I went to Walmart and I saw a small KitchenAid for $1.99. I was like, oh nah, sis, Constance, you ain't there yet. So here I had the hardest time trying to figure out how much to measure out. And my friend, she's like, yeah, go get one of these and one of those, whatever baker type of terminology she was using. I was like, look, sis, I don't have it. I do have a measuring cup and I know how to pour. So these are the little baking trays that I got, and yeah, y'all, I made my cupcakes. Okay, now it is oven time, y'all. This is the time in which I've waited for. So I put them in the oven at 325, and the original directions said that I need to leave the cake in there for about 1 hour and 30 minutes, but because I was doing mini pound cakes, not actually a full pound cake, I kind of went with the instructions for regular cupcakes, but then I added a little bit more time. So regular cupcakes, they told me to do 15 to 20 minutes. So I did more 25 to 30 because pound cake is a lot thicker and heavier than regular fluffy cupcakes. Okay, time for commercial break. I know you don't want to see me cleaning, but this is my only time to tell you guys what happened. So basically, the reason why I'm making lemon mini pound cakes is because I searched all over Chicago looking for a bundt cake pan. I couldn't find one. I drove all the way close to Indiana, probably like 5 minutes away from Indiana, and I found a bundt cake pan. Ugh, that's a tongue twister. Anywho, the problem was I couldn't find a cake plate. I looked all over, even like looking on Amazon to find a nice cake pan, like a cake stand. So I leave the bundt cake pan at the store and I get cupcake pans. And my friends are like, why? Just put the cake on a plate. And I was like, who does that? Like, that's so tacky. I would never put a cake on a plate. And then they're like, oh my gosh, you're so bougie. I was like, who put cakes on plates? You put cakes on cake stands. Like, how? Like, who does that? Like, who goes to someone's house like, hey, let me have a slice of the cake, and then the cake is on a piece of plate? Like, that's normal? People do that? I don't know. In my house, we always had a cake stand. All right, guys, so now it's time to see about my mini cakes. So I pulled them out and they look like super amazing. And then I tested them to check the insides and they were not super amazing. So I kind of freaked out. I called my friend. She was like, just put them back in there for 10 minutes. So I put it in there for 10 minutes and then they were perfect. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Mars. Happy birthday to you. Turn up, turn up, turn up, turn up, turn up.
Okay.
Hey, fix your dentures. Fix your dentures. Fix your dentures. You can't be spitting all over people today. Oh my gosh. COVID-19 is in effect. Stop. Hold on. 6. So because I baked the mini cake so late, it was 12 o'clock. And so I was like, hey, eat your first cupcake. And especially because I want him to try it, because if it wasn't good, I was going to bake another cake the next morning. So taste test went very, very well. And so now I'm getting ready to decorate them and to add the ice. Well, we didn't really do icing. We did more of a sauce, a strawberry sauce. And we did 2 strawberry sauces. One was more of a cream strawberry sauce and one was more of a glazed strawberry sauce. He wanted strawberries. And so of course I had to add on top of the sauce real strawberries, because you have to have real strawberries with pound cake. Some of the cupcakes actually do not have any type of strawberry icing or anything, and that was because his mom is allergic to strawberries, so that she will be able to enjoy the mini cakes as well. I didn't want her to feel like, you know, oh, I can't eat it because of the strawberries. So I left her, actually, it's 3 on here, but then I put 3 to the side as well. Also, because we ate several of them during the day before his dinner, we could only make the number 31.
Birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Duma. Duma. Happy birthday to you.
Wait, you're not about to blow over the food, right?
Let me, thank you.
Okay, so I want to thank everybody for watching this video on my journey to baking my first cake. Even though they were little mini cakes, it was still a cake nonetheless. I want to thank all my girlfriends who sat on FaceTime with me and saw me stressing, and especially my friend who I called first thing in the morning because I was freaking out. I was like, oh my gosh, I have to go and make a really good cake. And also to Dumars, because when I made it, he was like, I don't want nobody to judge you even though the cake is good, so I'm gonna tell everybody that I made it, and then if they like it, then we'll tell them that you made it. Yo, he the real MVP. Like, that's what I talk about, like being a team. That was the homie. So everyone enjoyed them. There was actually one left. After everybody took some, everybody ate. There's one left, and so he ate his last one right before he went to bed. So he had a really, really good birthday despite us all being quarantined, and it could only be his parents and his brother because we basically all quarantined together. And so, yeah, I just want to thank everybody for watching my video. Do not forget to like and subscribe, and remember, new videos every Sunday.